And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we're going to be starting what really is a brand new WOD by the name of Hellmouth. Apparently it's going to be a 3-episode, 9-map WOD, each episode containing 9 maps, 8 maps plus a secret map specifically. And this is, so far they've released episode 1. So this is episode 1, map 1, Between the Red Rocks. Lots to discover and that are a little unusual about this map. First, it takes a lot of inspiration from Quake. It's apparently a favorite game of a longtime supporter of Classic Doom Walkthroughs, namely Mr. Volts. A shout out to them. I guess I'm a bit inspired to give this kind of WOD a try because I get a lot of comments about Quake, and I haven't played it, certainly not in combination with Doom, so there should be some familiarity here. Another thing to notice about this WOD is that there are newish kind of enemies in the sense of, and sounds, like it's got a lot of cool horror sounds as well, but there's kind of ghostly imps. There are some specters that are kind of like jump forward, almost like they warp towards you, so you have to be careful of them. There are regular archviles, but there are other enemies that look like archviles, but they actually fire off kind of like a lost soul that acts like a Revenant's rocket kind of homing in on you. It's kind of hard to explain. It's also hard to get used to. The other thing that's hard to get used to, I think, are the sounds. Some of the sounds are cool, but like when an imp appears, it sounds like a Hell Knight dying. That sound. And that takes a little getting used to as well, right? You kind of react to the familiar sounds of a monster spotting you. And this game kind of throws all that out. Well, I don't know about out the window, but it certainly kind of turns it a little bit on its head and gives it a new twist. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely a lot to get used to. The other thing to get used to is that some of the secrets, you have to, it's not to press the E key or press, it's to like use your fist or use your pistol, so that takes some getting used to. And the last thing I should note is that the secrets are not marked at all. No slightly misaligned wall, nothing like that. I'm not a huge fan of that because, I mean, you'll get all the secrets from this walkthrough, but man, if you're trying to do it for the first time, you're just trying to you got to randomly press all the walls. I mean, that part sucks. I wish there'd be a little bit more of traditional Doom, kind of like little hints as to where the secrets are. I'm not a fan of that, but anyway, we'll see how it all plays out. Having said all that, the game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform, and as always, we are playing on the ultra-violence difficulty setting to get 100% in all 3 of these categories. So there are 95 kills to be had, 3 secrets that are not obvious but will be found, and 53 items. The other thing I should mention about this WOD is that the number of health and armor bonuses scattered are quite high, and they really are kind of like well placed. And there's nothing worse, I think, than having to double back all the way to get your little health bonus or armor bonus because you missed it by accident because it's just kind of lying around. So don't forget those 2 I just showed you. Now here is a secret number 1. It's an important one. Yeah, it's the Berserk pack, but it's not, the wall isn't marked in any way, and you can't use the E key or press to open. You have to shoot or use your fist. Not a huge fan of the no hints, but like I said, everything will be having to get used to, right? You have to just get used to as you play. So let's just see how it goes. I'm hoping that this will be a fun WOD throughout. I've played a few of the maps just as a quick run through, just to get a general taste of it. And so far I like it, but it is confusing and complicated at times. Just get rid of this gunner through here. There's also a chain gunner that will be coming. There was a armor bonus here, I believe, so don't forget to pick that up. You know, that barrel blew up. I was kind of trying to save it for the gunner, but I guess that didn't play out. Armor bonus here. This does not go down, so don't worry about it, but I did take the stim pack. So let's again, we're going to continue here. There was a shotgunner in this corner, and another armor bonus here. So I think we've cleared out everything, to my knowledge, anyway. I hope so. We're going to continue this way. I do like the groaning from the chain gunner, and I do like the moaning from the... I mean, the shotgunner is not really a zombie man, but I kind of like the effect anyway. Let's use the barrel, shall we? That's kind of fun. And since we have our Berserk Fist, let's just take care of the pinky that way. There is an armor bonus here, easy to miss, so don't forget that one. and more armor bonuses here and health bonuses. So this will lead to kind of like a large open area that we can explore from here, going around that way, or going this way. I choose to go this way because there's too many enemies concentrated in one corner. If you go the other way, I prefer to go this way. It gives you a little bit of room. Try to use the barrel to your advantage. You see, I took care of all the enemies that way. And now these kind of like modified archviles will be coming. And you do want a little bit of distance if you can. So you do get these weird... See what I mean? They're kind of like lost souls and revenants. The Revenant's missiles kind of moving around at the same time, but that takes a little while to get used to as well. So this is just, I'm going to show you just the other way that we could have gone. So that's just the way I prefer to do it, because we use the barrel to dispose of all these enemies. There are a couple of, if you heard the imp sound, so you heard, you know, kind of like a Hell Knight dying sound and others. Again, it just takes a little getting used to, because that's not the typical sound that an imp makes. I do kind of like the sounds for the specters and the pinkies. That's kind of neat. So I think we're done in this area, except for, again, yet another health bonus. And this is the next secret. It takes a while to find these. I got to be honest, not a fan. There's nothing wrong with this wall, nothing unusual about it. But yeah, it's the next secret. So I mean, I'm honestly, I think when it comes to that sort of thing, you really should make the wall a little misaligned, because, like, look at all the walls in this map. It'd take you 1,000 years potentially to find everything. Now, it didn't take me 1,000 years, and it's not going to take you 1,000 years thanks to classic Doom walkthroughs, but still, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think the secrets, while they don't need to be obvious, there needs to be a little bit of hints given. That's just my opinion anyway. So we're just going to continue down to the right side first. We're just going to clear out some of these areas. A lot of specters and pinkies. This is the first official chain gun given to you, even though you've had some chain gun enemies. So I didn't try to do this area first because we already got the chain gun. But that's where the first official chain gun drop is. I think these are imps. Yeah, I'll just switch back to the regular shotgun. And yeah, here's where we get our very first armor, so do pick that up. That's always nice. So we've cleared out everything to the right. Now we're going to go to the left. My recollection is we're going to find our first Kako. Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and fire off some rounds at the Kako. You can use your chain gun if you prefer. These two rooms need to be cleared out not only for their enemies, but they also have some armor and health bonuses respectively. So here's one of each. Let's go to the next room. Same deal. I don't rush into these rooms because there's a lot of imps in them, and it's just easy to get caught in the crossfire and take unnecessary damage. So I like to kind of wait it out at the door. And yes, here's your armor bonus, and don't forget to grab that. Here's a couple of those ghosty imps. They do fire very fast. Their fireballs really come at you quick, so just be prepared for that. Here's another armor bonus. Armor bonus. I like to just use the Berserk Fist to save ammo. I mean, you can use 50 chain gun bullets with impunity if you want to, because there's a bullet pack just around the corner. So why don't we go ahead and grab that? Right, so now we're back up to 200 again. Let's hit the switch back to the chain gun. Turn to the right. There will be some imps facing us. But don't advance any, because there is a shotgunner to the right. To the left. There we go. If you need help, there it is. I'll save that box of shotgun shells, because we're going to be facing some enemies now, and including some gunners, zombie men, and some chain gunners. So I would break out the chain gun, at least for the initial melee. Yeah, you do want to be able to hope, anyway, that the enemies do come your way. So far they have not. I do like to try to use the barrels. He did get the jump on me fair and square, and so did that chain gunner. So yeah, they definitely played that one well. Here is an armor bonus. So yeah, I already overlooked one. Let's grab a little bit of health. Don't forget it. That just kind of takes us down to the area we've already been. We don't need to go that way. But now break out your Berserk Fist. There's a health bonus here. We're going to be picking up health and armor bonuses and getting the red key. And we're going to be facing pinkies. Maybe some specters too, I don't recall. But definitely pinkies. So let's go ahead. There was one there and one there as far as health bonus. Do grab the red key. Do grab the health bonus here, and there was one in that corner. So make sure you grab them all. And now we can go back to where this chain gunner was for the red door. And there will be quite a few enemies in here. Lots of cacos, there's going to be imps overhead. And also some pinkies. So we can use our Berserk Fist for that. We always hope for a little bit of infighting. Saving of ammo is never a bad thing. Let's go ahead and take this pinky out of its misery. Come here, you. There you go. I do like to empty out at least to 150, right? Because we do have... Whoops, walked right into that. We do have quite a bit of chain gun ammo sitting on the floor. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I'm just going to check if there was a stim pack here. I don't recall. There may not be. Just a little bit more ammo. Sure, why not? I don't think there was a stim pack. All right, so we're good to go. Let's continue along. Yeah, maybe the shotgun shells would be a good idea to pick up now. And this is the area for the next secret. Now, you think there's probably a secret up there because that's an awful lot of room and there's a backpack. So it makes you think, well, you got to be able to get up there to get the backpack, of course. There's nothing in this room that suggests where that is, but it's actually right here. Yeah, this is the next secret, and you just got to randomly press the wall to find that. Again, not fun if you're doing it for the first time. Yeah, tag the secret, grab the backpack. Now that we can pick up more ammo. All right. Yeah, it's another Spectre, so let's go ahead. Punch out the Spectre. There's a stim pack. Hello, stim pack. We're just going to go this way a little bit, not too far. We're going to take care of the ghosty imps. There's another one over there. We're going to save the rest of our fire for the enemies coming our way, which are going to include one of those modified, or two of the modified. I don't know if they're modified arch files. I mean, they seem to be anyway. They're very odd. There's another one. I like to use the gentle tappa-tappa. Yeah, you do want to avoid those. Of the chain gun. Alright, I think we've picked up everything we can pick up. There should only be 4 items left. There are. They're in the room with one enemy, which is a chain gun. Alright, awesome. We pick up the 4 items. And we do our final count. Yes, all 95 kills, all 3 secrets, and all 53 items. You know what that means? Indeed. We are done. And that is Between Red Rocks. So it's officially Episode 1, Map 1 of Hellmouth. Brand new WAD that's just recently come out, as I've explained. Takes a lot of inspiration from Quake. Has some new enemies, some new sounds. Tough to find secrets, to be fair. And it's generally a fairly well laid out map with lots of twists and turns. I kind of do like it. I'm not exactly sure what to expect further on. Too far into the WAD. I've only practiced a couple of these maps just to see what they're about. But I do hope that it turns out to be fun, like this map was, and that you've enjoyed the run so far, and you've enjoyed this walkthrough. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.